if you look at the board, we are moving into a new topic, the price theory. And with the price theory here, we'll be talking about the concept of demand and supply. But before we move to that, there are some key words that I need to define. There are some key words that I need to define. The first that we are going to see will be price. Price. The second that we are going to see will be cost. The third that we are going to see will be value. Okay, now let's move back to price. What is price? Price is simply the amount of money, or the quantity of good that is being exchanged, for a given unit of another commodity. There are two types of price that we are going to see. We have the nominal price. And we have the real price. So two types of price we are going to see: the nominal price and the real price. Based on the definition, the nominal price is price now expressed in terms of what? In terms of money, or we say in terms of liquid cash. While real price is price expressed in terms of goods and services. Price expressed in terms of goods and services. Now let's go to the next concept, cost. Cost is defined as the amount of expenditure incurred in either the production or consumption of a particular good or service. That means that at this point, when we talk of consumption, it goes to the cost that consumers will incur, and when we talk of production, it goes to the cost that producers will incur. And economics is based on what? The cost of production. While value is defined as the worth, or what? The importance of a good expressed in terms of its price. That is why we term some goods more valuable than other. Why? Because we are talking about the price of the good. For example, a good that costs 5,000 francs is more valuable than a good that costs 500 francs. Okay, for this reason now, we are going to see value can be divided into two. We have value in use, and we have value in exchange. Value in use and value in exchange. The question now is, what is value in use? Value in use now refers to what? The satisfaction to derive. The satisfaction derived from using a particular good. The satisfaction derived from using a particular good. In some way you see the utility of a good. In some way you see utility, because utility is the satisfaction derived from consuming a good. While value in exchange now refers to what? The amount of money being exchanged for a given good or service. And in economics, we have versed with what? With value in exchange. Why do we say we have versed with value in exchange? Because it is backed by what? The ability The ability to pay is backed by the ability to pay. Okay, by so doing now, this will lead us to a concept, known as what? Paradox of value. Paradox of value. Paradox of value. It is like a contradiction to what we have explained here. Remember, here I said value is good explained in terms of its price. That a good that costs 5,000 francs is more valuable than a good that costs 500 francs. But here we are going to see a contradiction. This serves as what? As a contradiction to the law. Contradiction, because it is very obvious that a good that we spend more there will have what? High value in use. That is, if you buy a pair of shoes for 25,000 francs, you see that you will derive what? A very high level of satisfaction than a pair of shoes that cost 5,000 francs. But we are going to see a contradiction. Talk about the paradox of value. The paradox of value states that what? Goods which have high value in use, goods which have high value in use, tend to have what? Low value in exchange. Low value in exchange. And on the other hand, goods which have goods which have high value in exchange, goods with high value in exchange, tend to have what? Low value in use. Now let me quote two goods. Let's talk about gold and what? And water. Let's talk about gold and water. Now, if we look at each of these, we see that the value in use with that of gold, with what? Gold has a very low value in use, but it has what? A very high exchange value. Why? Because we can do without gold. But you see, water has what? A very high value in use, but tend to have what? A very low exchange value. So it is a contradiction, because normally a good that has high value in exchange must automatically have high value in use. But we have seen contradiction here, where gold has a very low value in use but high value in exchange, and water has a very high value in use but a very low value in exchange.